Hello, friends. I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? How's everything where you are? What's going on with you today? Even though it's not today for me, today is not the day that you see today as it's now is not now. I'm not here now, right now, at this moment. Your now is not my now because, well, the truth of the matter is it never is. You're never watching this while I'm doing it. That'd be weird. Unless you have cameras in my shed. I'm not here because I'm camping. Me and the girls were decided to do a camping trip this year. We used to do it every year. We used to go for a week out of the year since I want to say before Keely was born. I'm not positive it was before Keely was born, but I seem to remember going with just Alina or Roland. And before Keely was born, I think we went one year while their mom was pregnant. I'm not positive. But we used to go every year. The last week of July was our week to go camping. And it was a week where a whole bunch of families all went at the same time. And I wrote an article about this long ago, how my camping week was more stressful than my real world week. And it's true. It's still today. So we haven't gone in 2 years. We haven't been since 2016. 2016 was the last year we went. We haven't been camping since. We used to go for a full week. There was like 10 or 12 families that all went to the same campground every year, same week of the year. And so the girls had lots of friends to play with. We took bikes. Their aunt and uncle and two cousins went with us. So we had a big campsite with lots of cool food. Me and their aunt cooked dinners and breakfasts, and we had a lot of fun. It was a full, it was more than a week. It was like a Friday to the next Sunday kind of thing, like a 10-day trip. So they said, Dad, can we go camping this year? And I said, sure, let's do it. I have a tent. We have a big family tent that we bought for that. I have some of the camping stuff. Most of it was their aunt and uncles because they had like a camper and stuff, but we're going to go camping, and I'm stressed out about it. I'm stressed out because it's not going to be what they remember. For one, I don't have a camper, so I'm not in a camper site. I'm in a tent site. Tent sites don't have electricity. That's number one. There's no electricity for gadgets. Number two, I don't have a pop-up tent. I don't have tables. We're going to have a tent pad, a picnic table, and a fire ring. I don't have a pop-up tent to cover a bunch of food. I don't have a big cooler to put all the stuff in. I don't have electricity. We don't have a lot of stuff. It's going to be like an actual camping weekend. But we're going to make it through it. When you're watching this, I'm there. If you're watching it when it released, I'm there. We're just gonna go Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Come back on Sunday. I think 3 days in a tent is more than enough. Really, 2 days in a tent, but is more than enough for the three of us. Especially when there's the place that we're going. We used to go to this place that was like in the middle of nowhere. Literally in the middle of nowhere. There was nothing to do there unless you had a bunch of people. So then you could play volleyball, or kids could play on bikes and stuff. Where we're going now is not completely in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's very far away from civilization, but it's like a national park. So it's part of the Mon National Forest. There's a big state park abutting it. So there's like a welcome center kind of thing. There's some like caverns we can go to. There's a mountain we can climb. Like, it's a hike, but it's a climb to the top of Seneca Rock if you want to look that up. They have this really cool little like natural history museum type thing there. There's a little restaurant / campground kind of place where you can get ice cream and food and stuff. So there'll be things to do. We can go swimming in the river, that sort of thing. But I'm stressing because I don't have all of this equipment that we need to go camping, and we're going to have to go buy a bunch of stuff tomorrow. And I just have a tiny little car. I don't have like a way to transport bikes and all this other stuff. It's just going to be like a tent, some chairs, a stove, food. That's about it. That's about all we can fit in there, So we'll see what happens. But, I wrote this article years ago. Back then, I wasn't doing YouTube. Back then, I guess the first year I started this show, we did camping. I don't remember correctly, but I think so. I think the first year we did this show, we did camping. So you might be able to look back and see what I said about it back then. But before that, I wrote a lot of blogs. And so I wrote blogs about how camping was more stressful than my real life than going to work. And it's still true, you know. When you're the executor of the camp, when you're the person who is looked upon to feed everybody and to keep things clean and to keep things working and to entertain, it's extremely stressful for a few days. So hopefully the girls are old enough now where they understand that and they'll help me. But we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know on Monday for sure. But the plan, you know, Friday morning we leave kind of early. We can't set the tent up until like 2. So there's no point in getting there super early. And then stay that day and maybe kind of go to the restaurant kind of thing. Kind of goof around, maybe find a place to swim or whatever. Have a campfire that night, cook s'mores and all that sort of stuff. And then Saturday we'll do some hiking, go to the caverns, kind of hang out. And then Sunday, you know, wake up, pack up, and come home. We'll see how it works out. Hopefully I'm not going completely crazy, but we'll see. So that's where I'm at. I hope that you have a good weekend. I hope that you get to spend some time with your kids before they go back to school, if they haven't already. Mine go back to school on Wednesday. Yeah. So spend some time with family this weekend. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends, being wonderful people. I appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's Iron Fact comes from Wikipedia. Why do they call it the Scotland Yard? The name derives from the location of the original Metropolitan Police headquarters at 4 Whitehall Place, which had a rear entrance on a street called Great Scotland Yard. The Scotland Yard entrance became the public entrance to the police station, and over time, the street and the Metropolitan Police became synonymous.